Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Heather Sinfield with the Lloydminster Sexual Assault Service. Thank you so much for joining us today, Heather.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, no problem. Really excited to be able to have you on here because, as we all know, for May, this is Sexual Violence Awareness Month.
It is.
So I know with the services that you are actually offering a Foundation 500 initiative. So starting off, can you kind of explain what that's all about?
Absolutely. So I'll backtrack just for a moment. We did our 40th anniversary, a Night Under the Stars gala in February, with a very significant goal of $450,000 to raise for our crumbling foundation. We are so grateful. It was an amazing night, and we are currently sitting at $85,000.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
Awesome.
Yep.
So we kind of looked at how else we could potentially raise those funds by really meeting the need to ensure our foundation is going to be repaired. So we are applying for a grant through the Alberta government, which is a matching grant. So if we can come up with $225,000, they will match it for us. And we've been successful with this grant in the past before, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. So the Foundation 500 is a way to invite community members, whether it's individuals, businesses, families, groups of friends, to pool together $500 and donate directly towards this cause. So that is where we are at. There are features on our website where folks can do like a one-time payment, 2 monthly payments, or 5 monthly payments. So lots of options to kind of play around. We've had some businesses doing like an internal contest to see, you know, which group can raise the $500 the quickest, things like that. Families pooling together resources. So there's lots of options for it.
Oh, that's a really amazing idea. It sounds like you're getting some strong support already for it. And I was just going to ask, so I'm guessing this is a new initiative for the Services Centre, just coming up with this.
It is, yes. We haven't done something like this before, so it's definitely a new way for us to fundraise dollars. And we are trying to do it relatively quickly. This grant application is due June 15th, so the more funds that we can kind of show that we have ready for that, the easier it is for us on our end to get this foundation repaired. We did have issues with it in April, so it's something that we definitely need to be navigating and fixing so that we can continue the services that are needed in our community.
Yeah, and I know you're already going a little bit into the backstory of it. I was just going to ask, you know, for expanding a bit more for this Foundation 500 initiative, what really came up like with the idea for this, inspired it, I guess, for the sexual assault services?
I think just the need to repair the foundation. So we know, you know, I'll be honest, fixing a foundation is not glamorous. It's not something that people are like, oh, we're donating towards a sports team or towards a specific program or anything like that. It's a foundation, it's a basement. But without this repair, we're gonna see structural issues. We already do have water issues coming in, service disruption, that sort of thing. And we don't want to have to cancel sessions just because we're having issues with our foundation. A really neat factor of our building is it's one of the oldest buildings in our downtown core. Where the building is going to turn 100 in 2027. So we want to secure that space for another 100 years to come, make it useful, and really encourage the community to feel like they're a part of it.
And I know there was a little bit on Facebook that I was kind of seeing that had to do with a partnership with Sobeys right now for the month. Can you kind of go a little bit into that?
So we have a few kind of events going on for Sexual Violence Awareness Month. So aside from the Foundation 500, Sobeys is generously donating $1 from every cupcake sale that they have right now. So
they look delicious, by the way.
They are. Teal cupcakes, so folks can go and purchase those, and the support goes right to the center. We also have a pancake breakfast at Synergy Credit Union in partnership with United Way. And that's going to happen on May 29th in the morning, so that's coming too. You can also watch our social media feeds because we're doing a victim blaming series, so just really understanding what victim blaming is as it pertains to sexual violence. Great information for us as community members to understand how that can impact survivors as they disclose. And then we also have a Teaching Boundaries and Consent workshop for parents and caregivers, and that's coming up on May 25th.
Is there anything else going on with the services for this month that you want to kind of let us know about that I may have missed out on?
No, I think that's just about it. Just to acknowledge too, we're seeing such an increase in services. So I know with our Foundation 500, we're speaking to the fact that in 2022, we provided services to 800 individuals. That's within the city of Lloydminster and our service area of 200-kilometer radius. What we're seeing in the first quarter of this year is we're getting a new intake a day. So from January to March, we had 90 new intakes. In the years that I've been there, I've never seen our intakes so high. So I know that sexual violence, it's an uncomfortable conversation. It's challenging to think about and wrap our heads around, but it is something that's affecting our community members, and the resource is essential to keep the foundation going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for people out there that just want to find some more information, I guess my last question is, where can they look online and whatnot to be able to look into more of this?
For sure. They can visit us at our Facebook page or at www.lsas.ca. So there is a Foundation 500 initiative tab, and that's the easiest way to kind of go through and donate. They can even just call into the center, drop off a donation, ask questions, and all of our programs and services are listed really well on that website too to understand more.
No, perfect, Heather. Thank you so much for coming in to be able to speak on this. This is very important. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much.